What I want to focus on today is something that I think is foundational if we're going to focus ourselves. If we're going to really make the leap from distracted, overwhelmed, in a mental fog, to focused. And that is that we need to understand why we are overwhelmed. What is the message there? And so this video is all about the secret messages of overwhelm. And I actually have notes that I took from your emails that I'm going to answer here. So stay tuned and really be present with me here. I can tell you already are. It's fabulous. So that you can hear your own messages. Not everything I talk about today may apply to you, but a lot of it probably will. What we're really going to start off with here is fear. And it's a big fear. I'll give you my own fear. How overwhelm has shown up as fear for me. I have been doing something called intuitive drawing since I was 11. I was really young when I figured this out for myself. And it's a way for me to talk to my higher self through color on a piece of paper. And it's a way for me to get access and information and problem solving things outside of my head from my higher self. So it's that super high quality information that I need, right? It's coming from source. It's coming from the biggest part of me, the part of me that knows my potential, that doesn't have fear about living on earth and stuff. And so I always imagined that this intuitive art would be the biggest part of my career. But fear made it seem so big and so huge and so scary, because really, there's really nothing we're more afraid of than living our potential, of being the biggest versions of ourselves that we can be, because it's going to cause so much upheaval in our lives. We have to reevaluate all of our relationships, how we spend every moment of every day, any distraction that we have, any vice or addiction that we have. All of that gets brought up to the surface when we start really living in alignment with who we are. And now, having gone through a lot of that upheaval, and I had divorced my soulmate, I'd been a smoker, I had drank alcohol, I did so much that was hurting myself. I did so much reevaluation and change that I can tell you from the other side, it's never over, but it's really not as bad as your brain is going to make it out to be. But our fear won't tell you that. Your fear, it won't even tell you why you're afraid. It will just show up as overwhelm. So when there's something big for you to do in this world, and of course there is, it's going to be like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I can't do this. I can't figure this out. I can't afford the solution that I need. I can't, blah, 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 right? No one will like this. No one will buy this. There's no market for this. Of course I want to do this, but I can't. All of this negative self-talk and overwhelm is going to show up for you. And even if you talk yourself into the fact that you can do it, I bet a to-do list is going to show up that's this long. It's going to be huge, and you're going to feel overwhelmed like you can't do it. That is pretty much what I've found about overwhelm. That it's a manifestation of our own fear to go big. And I've had it. Almost everyone I know who's gone big has it. Everyone else I know who's trying to live their real authentic life has that. And it's something that we really have to take into account if you have a big dream. Now, there are some remedies I've found for this, like getting really minimal in what you own, in what you subscribe to, and what you read. Don't keep surrounding yourself with heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff, because that dissipates your mental energy. Like, can you name everything you own? Is there stuff hidden in your basement, in your closet, that you don't even know is there? You don't even know what is in those boxes, right? that is the kind of stuff that can manifest as well. And if you cut the clutter out outside of your head, a lot of times there will be more mental space in your head for you to work through some of these issues. I think it's a really wonderful step to take, decluttering, minimalizing your things, donate a lot of it to charity. You can give a lot of your things away. And it starts the process of kind of giving you more space. Along the same lines, again, is a trouble thinking linearly. So this is all this trouble of thinking, I put in the same basket as overwhelm, because when you think about it, trouble thinking linearly, we're trapped by that. We're trapped by thinking that we have to do things linearly. We really don't, and really nothing happens linearly. It may appear that way, but that's not really the case. You know, we are like ping pong balls, and our higher self is creating the game. So your higher self has created all the elements that you need to succeed, and you are just the ping pong ball that's getting tossed around by your higher self. And sometimes what you need is over here, and then you have to go all the way over here, and then over here, and then over here. Your job really is to be present and aware and respond. So to keep your vibration high, to keep your eye on the goal or direction, and we'll talk about that in a separate video. But really, there is no linear thing. And so if you're thinking to yourself, I'm not thinking linearly, I'm not making plans, I'm not doing what I need to do, it might be true that you're not doing what you need to do. However, the answer does not lie in a linear plan so much as it relies on you being aware and present. And that's kind of the same thing as feeling guilty about not finishing things. Oh my gosh. Here's a little diagram for you. Our goals, our dreams, our desired life, whatever term you want to use for it, feels a certain way, right? So it's always going to be a good, big, open, expanded feeling. Or why are we doing what we're doing? There's something that we want. We're aspiring to feel or be or have something of a greater vibration than what we have right now. That's at the top of the mountain, right? It's a bigger, better feeling. Otherwise, we would not be attracted to it. When you're in overwhelm and fear and guilt, you're keeping yourself lower. You're dulling yourself. You're dimming your vibration. You're taking yourself out of harmony with what you want. So instead of just saying, all right, I don't know what to do right now, I'm okay with that. Or I may be on my way to something else in my pinball game. I'm not there yet, but that's okay. Those are neutral vibrations. They're open, they're okay. These, fear, overwhelm, and guilt, keep you low, and they keep you from knowing the next step. They keep you from being focused. They keep you from your goal. And so guilt is really wasted time because it's done. If you didn't complete a project, that's okay. You know, a lot of times we are creating things that don't matter anyway. And so why don't you see it as a gift that you didn't complete that, and now you're fresh. Now you have a clean slate, you've got a fresh slate, and if you need to go back to that project, then it's already partially done for you. So it's really time to get out of guilt, get out of overwhelm, get out of fear, and proclaim to ourselves that we can accomplish these things, that we're here for a reason, even if we don't know exactly what it is, even if we're lacking a concrete goal. That's okay. That's okay. We know we're here for a bigger vibration, a bigger feeling every day, to wake up feeling excited. That's really what I want. And we know that we're not going to get there with guilt, overwhelm, and fear. You're probably saying to yourself, That's true, but I still don't know how to focus. I still don't have a goal. I don't know if I need a goal. Don't worry, I've got some more videos coming up, but I didn't want to overwhelm you all at once. So think about your life, right? What is your overwhelm saying to you? Is it a fear of going big? Is it a fear of losing your partner? Is it a fear of finally being able to relax and realizing you don't like the life that is around you? These are really big things, and I'm really not trying to make light of them. You know, I've been through many incarnations in my life just here. I know I'm really not that old, but I kind of feel like I did everything while I was young so that I could learn the lessons fast. You know, I had to drop out of high school because I was too emotionally sensitive to my surroundings. I had to ask my therapist when I was still in high school for a letter to get out of making a presentation in front of the class because I was way too overwhelmed, way too freaked out to speak to a group of 20 of my peers. Like I said, I divorced the person I thought I would be with forever and ever and ever. It was not easy. I think I cried for about 3 years leading up to that. I struggled as a psychic for about 7 years, not having any understanding of business or knowing how to make money doing that, being myself. And so I've been through many big shifts in my life where I've had to figure it out. I've had to get out of these states and just know, like, all right, almost like a little bit of a Pollyanna, like, I don't know how to do this, but I know I can. What is the next step? So for you right now, it's to really get present with yourself, to ask yourself these open-ended questions. Maybe do some journaling or talk to a good friend and ask them to just be there with you. Not try to fix you, to just be there with you while you talk this out for yourself. What is overwhelm trying to tell me? Why can't I be focused right now? What is at the end of the rainbow that I'm terrified of? And what is my life going to look like when it's done? What is going to have to change? Facing those things will clear the path for you to have the next answers. In the next video, we're going to talk about having a goal. How do you have a goal and still be in alignment with yourself? How do you make that work, right? Because I get it. Goal setting does not seem fun to me. However, I've kind of redefined it as a direction. I know what direction I'm headed. And so we're going to talk all about that, how to set that up, how to let that fuel you, how to let that help you get out of these states so you can climb up the mountain. Okay, so stay tuned. I cannot wait to bring you a new video, and thank you so much for participating in that survey. Even if you didn't, that's okay. I still love you, and thanks for letting me serve you. Lots of love. Bye-bye.